DeCastro announces hiatus from live streaming as he deals with family emergency. Returns to retweeting hours later. Critics accuse him of deception in order to hide from his troubles. The angry vet meanders in Sunday morning live stream as he tells his fans absolutely nothing about anything, but everything about nothing. Christopher, Denver Metro Audits, files suit again over copyright infringement. Then issues preservation demand after Frauditor Troll purges channel of 1,700 videos accounting for 53 million views. Says more lawsuits are coming. Plus, DeCastro shows off his simulation. Is it all you were dreaming of? I'm your humble newsreader, Pants. You're a lovely flower of innocence, too hot to hold, too cold to scold. I'm about to hot, cold your way to the land of auditing insanity. Fans of Jose Chili DeCastro were treated to a rare look into his latest project Saturday afternoon, a simulation of a traffic stop featuring a shell of a car, a strobe light flashing in blue and red colors, and a paid actor portraying how DeCastro feels a police officer would act during a traffic stop. DeCastro live-streamed from his car Saturday afternoon to provide a hype video for the simulation announcement video. During that stream, DeCastro explained that the simulation is one of his new projects where he puts groups of people through a simulated traffic stop while training them how to use his 5A cop card and trifold products. A group of 7 people were apparently hired to run through the simulation at his studio in downtown Los Angeles. They were provided with training on how to use his products and then put through a simulation where they sat in a shell of a car while an actor portraying a police officer screamed abuse at them. In the hype videos that premiered immediately after the simulation announcement livestream, DeCastro showcased the group training session with participants answering questions based on the use of his products. Individuals then went through a 20-minute personal simulation of a traffic stop, with the actor screaming at them and pulling a gun on participants based on their reactions to the simulation. Afterwards, they apparently experienced kudos and feedback on how they could have handled the situation better based on DeCastro's teachings. DeCastro most recently attempted to use the Los Angeles protests against ICE activity in America to recruit people to attend his simulation sessions at his studio. He would later bemoan the fact that those who he had invited to come to film failed to show up at planned events, despite showing great interest in the opportunity. In more DeCastro news, there have been major updates to 3 of his ongoing lawsuits. On June 4, 2025, Judge Andrew P. Gordon issued a notice that DeCastro and the attorney for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department needed to draft a joint pretrial order to be filed by June 20th, 2025, in DeCastro's long-running lawsuit against the LVMPD. According to separate filings by the parties, the attorney for the LVMPD sent over their portion of the joint order on June 16th, 2025, after not hearing from DeCastro. As he did not complete his portion of the order by the deadline, they submitted their own version of the order. DeCastro's lawyer, Michael Mee, would later submit his own version of the order before the deadline. In his version of events, he claimed he only received the LVMPD documents on the 20th and was unable to work with the defendants on a joint order, as the attorney for the defense had to leave his office by noon that day. Both filings essentially lay out the background of the case, the remaining parties, and contested and uncontested facts. DeCastro's reply is notable as it includes his conviction and acquittal of the charges involved, from court activity surrounding the case at the heart of the civil lawsuit, where the LVMPD's document does not. The parties have requested a trial date to be set between January and February 2026. In DeCastro's attempt to refile a dismissed lawsuit against the city of Ironton, Ohio, in a Nevada-based federal lawsuit, the diminutive YouTuber finally submitted a SIR reply to allow him to respond to a motion to dismiss by the Ironton-based defendants. The Ironton defendants had previously filed their motion to dismiss. DeCastro replied to the motion, and the defendants replied to his reply. From there, DeCastro needed to ask for permission to reply again to the defendants. He did not seek permission before filing a reply. Judge Daniel J. Albrechts then struck his reply on May 22nd, 2025, due to the violation of Local Rule 7.2b. DeCastro's motion for leave to file the SIR reply essentially asks the court to reinstate his previously stricken SIR reply, as he feels it fulfills his need to address new arguments raised by defendants in their reply that were not previously briefed, including defendants' assertion of res judicata based on a prior case that was dismissed without reaching the merits, and new jurisdictional arguments not raised in their initial motion. These new matters could not have been anticipated or addressed in plaintiff's initial response. Lastly, in his ongoing case against Clark County, Nevada, DeCastro filed a statement of interested parties and a request for access to electronic service of documents. Thank you to PDocs for providing various documents in relation to this article. A Dunkin' Donuts parking lot was the backdrop for Kevin the Angry Vet Soper on Sunday, as he addressed his adoring fans in a Sunday morning live stream. Soper was apparently purposely vague during the live stream, referring to individually related ongoing topics cautiously, as they may be involved in future lawsuits. Among topics covered in the shortened livestream, the Baltimore area YouTuber defended his use of bounties for information to be used in court filings. He also reminded his fans that he has current bounties against YouTube personalities Milla Vanilla and Savage Saints. Targeting the local Baltimore Orioles baseball organization, Soper made it clear that he did not support their use of the blue line flag in promotional giveaways. It's unclear what Soper was actually referring to, as a quick check of the promotional giveaways for the 2025 series shows no such police-related giveaways. Switching locations, Soper drove to a local park where a lacrosse game was underway. Soper reminisced to his times playing the sport as a child. He marveled at the fact that modern lacrosse teams are filled with talent and that children who would have been considered superstars of the sport when he played the game are often riding the bench. Changing subjects again, Soper said that any journalist investigating him should not rely on third-party information or third-party sources for that information. He said that any good journalist would talk directly to him about his background. Turning his attention to the Chili's Angels duo of Brick Jonesy and Let's OTVO, he called out both men during the live stream for supporting Jose Chili de Castro. Soper recently also released a community post attacking de Castro for filing a defamation lawsuit against Josh Abrams and Lackluster. Soper did not take time to promote his Boost Scars mission for veterans and citizens GoFundMe campaign during the live stream. This was a strange snub of his own organization, as Soper's Scars, the Servicemen and Citizens for American Rights Society, is currently campaigning to raise $15,000 by August 15th, 2025. Representatives for SCARS have claimed that if they meet their funding goals, Soper will cut off 10 inches of his hair for a donation to the Locks of Love charity. Locks of Love takes donated hair and makes high-quality wigs for children suffering from medical conditions that result in hair loss. The crowdsourcing market itself was saved from 7 days of goose eggs on Saturday, as our own ongoing expenses campaign received a donation of $10. Sunday saw a return of goose eggs for the market, with no observed donations to any of the campaigns we follow. Monday was won by Lane Myers, whose Give, Send, Go campaign received a single donation of $100. This brings Myers to a $6,248 in total for the year, within $500 of Clash with Bow's overall total of $6,755. Colorado YouTuber Christopher Denver Metro Audits Cordova filed on Friday a second lawsuit based on his "Another Chad Exposed, Worthless Denver Cops Assaulted" video, which he had previously registered with the United States Copyright Office. The new lawsuit was filed as a John Doe case, as Cordova was unable to ascertain the identity of the owner of the Destination 2 Truth YouTube channel, which Cordova alleges used large portions of Cordova's registered video in blocks of 9 minutes and 39 seconds, 8 minutes and 6 seconds, and 9 minutes and 45 seconds. According to Cordova's complaint, he issued a YouTube takedown notice for the unauthorized use of the registered video on June 13th, 2025. YouTube took the video down on June 16th, 2025. He had not received a counter notification from the YouTube channel as of the filing date of the lawsuit. The Destination 2 Truth channel seems to have been abandoned back in 2022, although it has a Familia TV logo. YouTube's removal of the single video on June 15th is reflected in their Social Blade stats, along with a loss of 1,294 total channel views. The main Familia TV YouTube account itself, which uses the Familia TV username, removed 5 videos on Sunday, which accounted for a loss of 38,127 total channel views, according to Social Blade. It is unclear if the removals were related to the takedown notice. The removal of videos by YouTuber Frauditor Troll was also at the center of a motion filed by Cordova on Saturday in his ongoing lawsuit against the YouTuber. Attorney Randall S. Newman, acting on behalf of Cordova, asked the court in the Northern District of California to issue a preservation order based on Frauditor Troll purging his channel of videos since receiving notice of the lawsuit. Social Blade's report on Frauditor Troll's main channel indicates that he removed 1,703 videos since being informed of the lawsuit. This accounts for a loss of 53 million channel views. While the video at the heart of Cordova's complaint had previously been believed to have been removed by YouTube, according to Newman's filing, the video itself was removed by Frauditor Troll during the purge. Cordova himself addressed the filing in a live stream on Sunday. During that live stream, Cordova said that Frauditor Troll's actions were not the action of one who believes their videos are fair use. He then stated that Troll was openly purging his channel of previously live videos, accounting for 90% of the videos on Troll's main channel. Cordova assured his fans that he would be registering the copyright on other videos in his playlist and that more lawsuits would follow based on those registrations. He also claimed that he had heard that YouTuber Liberty Troll was also about to file a suit of his own against an unspecified party for alleged copyright infringement. The Denver area YouTuber said that his lawsuits were not about silencing criticism, but about protecting his work from unauthorized reuse. He said that while he often gave permission to others to use his work, he did not grant permission to use large blocks of his work without transformative commentary. Cordova stressed that he felt that previous legal rulings have stated that simply adding insults to a video before airing large, uninterrupted portions of his work was not enough to justify a fair use claim of his work. Addressing critics, Cordova ended his live stream with a defense of his close relationship with his mother during his live stream. He said it was perfectly normal for his mother to drive him to jail last year after being found guilty of crimes related to an audit of a Social Security Administration building in 2022. The YouTuber indicated that he was working on a documentary in relation to those charges and did not believe he was guilty of the crimes of which he was convicted. Cordova's lawsuits have resulted in other noticeable purges of YouTube channels within the anti-auditing community. This includes recent actions by Dr. Dave, a close associate of Frauditor Troll. Dr. Dave has removed 5 videos in the same time period as Troll's purges, resulting in the loss of 23,000 channel views. It was unclear if this was part of the YouTuber's normal channel operations. Jose Chili DeCastro announced Sunday night that he was taking a hiatus from live streaming due to a life-threatening illness experienced by his niece, who lives in Henderson, Nevada. DeCastro posted, "It's with a heavy heart that I share this update. I'm currently in the ICU in Henderson, Nevada, standing by my niece's side. She's on life support. Doctors don't know if she's going to make it. We are an extremely close family. I spend every holiday with her, her husband, and their 4 beautiful kids. She's been with her high school sweetheart, my nephew-in-law, since they were 16. She's now just 28. She collapsed in the shower and has been unresponsive since. She's battling a severe case of eclampsia, a life-threatening condition that developed after giving birth in early May. She had preeclampsia during pregnancy and was just days away from being in the clear. The next 48 to 72 hours will be critical. Until then, I'm here helping with the kids, supporting my family, and praying for a miracle. If you saw me cry in court, that was nothing. I've cried buckets in the last 24 hours. My eyes are swollen, my head is pounding, and my heart is shattered. I won't be live for a little while. I need to be present with my family and help however I can. I'll post an update when I can. Thank you for all the love, prayers, and support during this incredibly painful time. Love to you all. Chili. Google's AI summary says that eclampsia is a rare complication of preeclampsia, which is a condition where women experience high blood pressure during pregnancy. Those with the condition can experience seizures or fall into a coma, as the condition can occur before, during, or after delivery. According to Yale Medicine, the condition is rare and affects fewer than 1% of pregnant women with high blood pressure during pregnancy. It is believed that DeCastro stays with his niece when he visits Nevada after a reported falling out with his sister, who lived in the same area. Critics were quick to pounce, as it's another family or pet-tied emergency announced by the YouTuber that could be used as a reason to take a break from streaming in a time of great strife. DeCastro is currently experiencing a large amount of criticism from his fans for his coverage of the ICE protests in Los Angeles, which has split his fandom, as he has expressed that most of his inner circle have expressed pro-ICE opinions. His lawsuit against Josh Abrams and Dale Lackluster Hiller has also split him from the First Amendment auditing community. Recent YouTube viewership numbers have been trending downward, with even DeCastro's recent secret weapon, vertical streaming, failing to pull in the large numbers of Shorts viewership for the first time since he started covering the ICE-related uprisings in California. DeCastro has posted and overshared in the past when facing a crisis about his own health issues, his mother having a falling incident at an unexpected family reunion, at least one reported death incident with his dog Charlie that was used to attempt to cause a delay in his California Superior Court-based lawsuit against Cape Peter Team Skeptic Daniel Clement and Michael Blue Bacon Peratini. Despite his reported hardship, DeCastro returned to tweeting political messages Monday morning. We will continue to monitor the situation and report with further updates when and if DeCastro provides updates. We need your help. Both ReallyCoolSite.org's daily newspaper and our daily newscasts are funded by your continuing donations and what we make from our YouTube AdSense revenue each month. If you'd like to contribute to help us keep the lights on, eating, feeding the cats, defending ourselves from lawsuit threats, and writing news stories to feature on both the newspaper and newscast each day, you can do so via a donation to our PayPal, Cash App, or GoFundMe accounts. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch our videos from beginning to end, like, share, subscribe, and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing, and we thank you in advance for pitching in.